enough. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chimmy Comics. I'm hosting today, so you know what that means. We're talking about motherfucking Invincible.
Get your hand out of my face.
I'm Tanner. I'm basically the Invincible Comics expert, and today is a moment I've been waiting for my entire life. I got to watch the first 3 episodes of a series.
This is the happiest I have ever seen Tanner. He
Ever.
wasn't this happy when Riley got married.
On a review or anything. No, I am so happy, and it turned out everything how I ever wanted it to turn out for the most part. Let's start out. Well, let me introduce everyone. Yeah. So to my left, the man who's never wrong, Wyatt Smith.
I'm just happy
to my farthest left. What did I call you? Mr. Chimmy Comics himself for that long. Riley Davis. We're here. We're going to review the first 3 episodes. We are going to do every episode on every Friday. We'll try to go weekly and do every episode up until. There's only 8 episodes, so it's not going to be that long.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that long.
Did Amazon do the same thing with The Expanse, where they release the first 3 episodes, and then they're going to release them
weekly every Friday? Yeah. Thursday for.
Are they going to drop like in the middle of more episodes? Or I guess not, since it's only 8.
Are they going to what?
Because The Expanse, I think when they got to mid-season, they dropped more than 1 episode one of the weeks.
No, since it's only 8 episodes, they're going to keep going. Yeah, just like The Voice. The Voice, if you recall, didn't like that many episodes.
Yeah, we kind of do. I haven't watched The Voice.
I will show up in my Homelander costume, and we can do The Voice.
You have a Homelander costume?
Of course I have a Homelander costume.
Where did you get that?
I've had it.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to a Halloween party last year that got canceled, but I was going to be Homelander.
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, I have a Homelander costume. Let's hope I can still fit in. But
Tanner's the costume guy.
Yeah, man.
Costumes
more like Homerlander.
Homelander. I am the Homerlander.
Costumes and hot toys.
Yeah, costumes and hot toys. Name a better duo. But let's start out with how we start every review. So let's just review the first 3 episodes with a number rating. So for me, what is my number rating? I'm sure you could guess. It is not a 10. It is a 9.8.
Oh.
9.8. Near mint collectible right here. Wyatt, what do you got?
It's a very strong intro. I was not expecting it to be this good. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I probably should give it a 10, but I'm just gonna wait until we get the entire series, and I'll see, because watching this series was like reading Watchmen or 52. That's how it's feeling for me.
Riley?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. For our viewers, I'm not an Invincible fan by any stretch. Tanner's tried to get me to read it for years, and I put it off. But I enjoyed these episodes. They were pretty interesting. I wasn't really bored with them. And it looks good, true to the comic. So I give it an 8.5.
Hell yeah. We got him, boys. We got him. I'm like a hunter.
You're more like the dude who's just, ladies and gentlemen,
we got him. We got him. Yes, exactly. God, love it. So Invincible, first episode. Obviously, I gotta ask y'all the first thing. We're getting into spoilers territory now, so if you're going to watch Invincible, stop here. Click off this video. I feel like as a group, recommend you watch the series.
Yes.
Watch it along with us. Be sure to comment and do all that jazz. Be hyped with us, because I am the ultimate hype person for the show. And I could spoil the whole thing, and I've had it in my head for a long time. So it's just gonna happen.
How many times have you read Invincible?
Twice.
Full series. The whole thing.
Yeah. Love it. Okay, so 104.
140.
151, I think. It could be 49 though, but I feel like it got to 151. I feel like it did. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But because there's also some tie-ins.
Okay, Mr. Invincible.
I mean, there's tie-ins. There's Guardians of the Globe and Wolfman and all this stuff that's spin-off. So like, I put that together and I'm like, oh, it feels like it's more, but it could not be. But so Invincible episode 1. I gotta ask y'all. Did you see any of what happens? Because when I tell people to read Invincible,
I
I
see
say
it coming.
yes.
No.
Yes. So no.
Well, kinda. So I knew that this was gonna be dark. I've heard that before, and but as I was watching, I was like, this is just like Justice League cartoon violence wise, like shooting people who are immune to bullets. There's no blood or anything. They just punch and nothing happens. So I was just wondering, when does this get dark? Like it's good. This is like run of the mill comic stuff. I'm enjoying it. But then when it got dark, it got really fucking dark. Like, oh
So
my god.
this is gonna happen multiple times throughout the series. But when I first read Invincible, my first experience reading Invincible, I'm thinking, this is awesome because I'm getting Superman and a guy who looks like me as Mark Grayson as Superman's son.
Oh my god.
And I'm
What
like,
could you ask for?
this is amazing.
accurate.
It's Superman's son and Superman, and he's gonna learn to be a superhero and find all these new characters I've never heard of. So this is gonna be great. And I'm reading it, and then I get to the point with Omni Man, and I'm just like, I'm in.
How
You got
far
me.
in was that in the comic?
12,
Okay,
Issue 12.
I didn't
volume
get that far.
1.
I didn't
No.
get that far.
No, and like that's
So-
the thing. That's the thing with Invincible is there's this huge start to it with 12 issues of generic superhero stuff.
Yeah.
In fairness, and it's an origin story. Oh, he's getting his powers. They're throwing a baseball.
Yeah.
They're flying. He's learning to fly. He's flirting with girls. That's Invincible.
Yeah, this show goes
And-
way faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
well,
only 8 episodes.
I
and
was
there's
so
150
glad.
issues,
I was so glad they tacked that onto the first episode because if there was 2 episodes of just that stuff that we get in the initial
wouldn't have
arc
been
of
useful.
Invincible, people wouldn't have made it. And
Yeah.
I like that they're hour-long episodes. So I was like, yes, that's a good tack on.
Yeah.
And I love that they showed it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
showed
because
it.
you were
all.
showing me just a little bit ago in the actual comic. It's just like a couple panels.
And in ways, I'm happy with that because in the comic, Omni-Man takes them all out like this.
Yeah.
You don't even see it happen. He's
Yeah.
just bam, they're dead.
Yeah.
And we kind of see that. You see that later on when he's attacking the Flaxen planet,
Mm-hmm.
where he's destroying everyone on the planet. Holy shit, that's one of
Yeah.
my favorite scenes.
That
But
was cool.
he kills everybody on this planet, the Flaxens.
We'll get into that.
They play a role later. Just FYI. Anything you see in this series where you're like, that's nothing, that is a complete nothing thing. Even if it's super small,
Mm-hmm.
you're thinking that's nothing. That's going to pay off later.
Yeah.
Stuff you will forget about. You'll be like, oh shit, that was what that was later on in the series. And I love that about Kirkman's writing. But so the Flaxens, when Omni-Man destroys the whole planet like that's what he did to the Guardians. There was no big fight. But I like that there was a fight now. Because it makes the Justice League look more like a Justice League.
Yeah. At this moment, at the current pace, how many seasons do you think it would take to do the comic?
It depends. It depends.
Oh, so this season isn't going to be the entire comic.
No.
Okay.
There's no
Okay.
way in hell.
Okay, because you said it was 150 issues. Like, oh wow, but no, this is going to be
That's a lot.
This is going to be multiple
No,
seasons.
the
Okay.
reason I say it's going to depend is because I feel like they're going to drown out the Omni-Man confrontation.
Yeah, they could.
And I feel like that's going to be the season finale. In all honesty, I think that's what they're going to lean towards. I could be completely wrong, and they're doing that'll be like the mid arc or something.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's how they're going to go because they need an overarching villain for the first season, and I feel like he's the best candidate.
Yeah.
Because after this, we get to like
Robot?
different characters.
Robots doing
Robot's
some good
near the damn end of the series, and he's not
Really?
even evil.
Damn.
But yeah, but Robot is a great character. Oh my god, I love Robot, and the voice for Robot is the guy from Star Trek. The Leonard Nimoy guy.
Zachary Quinto.
Zachary Quinto. He is the voice of Robot, and he plays
I
Spock.
hear it.
Yeah, he plays Spock.
He's Spock in the new
He is a
Star Trek.
perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's perfect as Robot, and we get hints at how Robot thinks. You know, when the Flaxens are attacking the city, and they keep coming back, and they come back like 3
Yeah,
times.
and he says
We should
we should retreat. I'm calling for nuclear
Yeah,
support.
so that's how Robot.
So
thinks.
what Cyborg
Yeah.
was.
So he's not a bad person. He just doesn't think like a
He
person.
doesn't have emotions, and
Yeah.
he looks at everything logically. Like,
He sees it as a
Yeah.
statistic.
Yeah.
So I guess are we just gonna go over like a summary like we usually do, or do you just want to just talk
I
about?
say we
things
just
about-
talk about it. Do our general thoughts, favorite scenes, stuff like that.
Okay. So one of my favorite things is this is a comic book universe, and there's reflections. I mean, both Marvel and DC have the same versions of everything. So this really doesn't bother me. Justice League, Avengers, Shield, Checkmate, that sort of thing. I love the GDA, the Global Defense Agency they have. I thought they were really cool.
Oh, with Cecil.
Yeah, with
Stedman?
Cecil. I thought this was really cool. Like,
Cecil's the
so,
best.
so they. I love the scene where they break into the Guardians headquarters with all these like cloaked super soldiers busting in with active camo. And then we see them at the Pentagon. And I love that this is a global defense agency, but their headquarters is the Pentagon, and Cecil has an American flag lapel. It's a global, but America. And I also love how they're given the tour, and these are our quick response teams. And then later on, it's like, there's been 3 separate invasions, and we can tell with early warning. Why hasn't the GDA actually reacted to this and sent these quick response teams they have? But they just depended on the teen heroes or whatever.
Yeah, Cecil. The best person I can compare Cecil to is Lex Luthor. I think.
Really?
Yes, he's that smart.
Lex Luthor.
He's smart. Lex Luthor in
Mixed-
charge of a huge government agency.
Lex Luthor mixed with Nick Fury.
Yes.
So
Yes, that's a
yeah,
perfect one.
okay.
Yeah, I would say Nick Fury was Lex Luthor. That's who Cecil Stedman is.
I love Cecil, and I love his assistant guy.
Yeah, I keep forgetting what his name
Yeah, I do
actually
too,
is, and I
but
read the whole series, and I was
It's
like, what the fuck's that
there's
guy's
hilarious parts of them like just visual comedy. Like he's like, I need the room, and then he's like, come out, and he's like, pulling a gun out, and then when Omni-Man fights this big old kaiju, doesn't kill it, and it's like breathing. He's like, he didn't kill it either, and he had him on the ropes. Like I've never seen Omni-Man go that far, and he's like, put it on ice. You never know when that might be happy. The tentacle moves. He goes like that.
Yeah.
he gets into the stereotypical kung fu stance.
Freaking amazing. But yeah, Cecil's gonna play a huge part. If the series is going like I think it's going, Cecil will be
I'm seeing
the biggest part of season
Like,
2, I'm thinking.
the new Guardians that they are trying to recreate with Robot are
Yeah.
such a cluster. I'm pretty sure that Cecil's just
Yeah.
going to be depending on Invincible and Eve for a lot of stuff because they
Well,
went after
one thing that they don't say in this is that Cecil's main relationship is with Omni-Man. So Cecil mainly worked with Omni-Man because he works with the Guardians of the Globe, but Omni-Man never joined the Guardians of the Globe. So Cecil's was always in his ear.
Oh, so that's cool because that's what he did with Mark. Like I thought he
Mhm.
gave him the thing and was with him the entire mission.
Yeah.
And he also I love Cecil's assistant, but I also love the scientist that Eve and Mark fought.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
And-
liberal one.
Yeah, the liberal one.
Okay, so that in the comic, that guy is not in there
Yeah.
for that long.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve a whole episode, but I love that he got one.
Yeah, because it's hilarious because he's like, "What do you know about feminism?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought you." She's like, "You studied physics," and he's like, "I have a minor in women's studies."
Yeah, but minor in women's studies.
and all these other degrees in like liberal arts.
African dance.
Yeah, African dance. But enough about politics.
He said
Yeah.
he said he had a doctorate in gender studies
Yeah.
with a minor in African dance.
And then enough about politics, and use those earthquake gauntlets to blast, and it's like super cool rocks going all around him, but not hitting him.
So all these parts of the show are like expansions of little things in the comics that weren't expanded on until either much later in the series or not expanded at all. Like that guy, Doc Seismic.
Yeah.
He wasn't a big deal. He has a couple issues, and then Invincible quickly beats him with Eve. And then there's the other scene where Omni-Man destroys the Flaxons on their planet, which I think is my favorite scene in the series besides the Guardians fight so far.
I love how the Flaxons like have that whole weakness where their time is different, and when he goes in and when he comes back, he's got a full beard. Like, because he had the same effect. It was longer for him in there than it was for everyone else.
Yeah.
And I love how his wife, Deborah, whatever, Debbie, she was so nonchalant about that. He'll be late for dinner.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's Superman.
Yeah.
I could be back with the pizza from Venice for the cheese stops.
Right after the funeral.
And he's like, let's go. He's like, I want to go visit that big shop in Berlin.
Yeah, the
He's like, you could fly there when you get your powers.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, my favorite part of the series is the music.
The
The
music,
music
so
is
good.
really good.
I really
Did
like
you add those to your workout playlist? Because I added those to mine.
not yet.
I added the
but
flight
I'm,
one.
I'm going to. So
The flight one, I don't know if I want to add the Omni Man destroying the planet song yet. Holy fuck.
Oh,
That'll be when you really want to push.
Right. But just that scene for me was great. And you get little hints of why Omni Man's there and what his true
Yeah.
plans are. He's like, Earth's not yours to
Yeah.
conquer.
Yeah, so like I did remember the part about him being like in a organization where they send someone
And I
to
thought
each
that was
planet.
a cool play on the Superman origin story, like how his planet isn't gone, or well, as far as I know.
It's more of a play on Green Lantern.
Yeah, it's like Krypton
You
meets
got
Green
like
Lantern.
Green Ghost.
Green Ghost.
You got a freaking hand thread.
Guys, you don't understand how brutally violent Omni-Man killing the Guardians of the Globe was.
Darkwing was my favorite when he just slung him over his head and he just exploded.
Yeah, and Darkwing is Batman in this, but
they didn't do anything with Darkwing's arc, which they did in the comic, which maybe they'll do it later. But Alfred is evil in the comic, and they think that Alfred was the one that killed the Guardians or something.
Oh.
Yeah, so like
I
don't think they will now, but Damien Darkblood, he suspects that it's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's another guy.
So he like investigates them.
There's a Damien Darkblood who pops in, and he only really pops into Cecil at the start, and he's basically Rorschach. You got me saying it now. Rorschach. Fucking Tanner. Rorschach from Watchmen meets Hellboy in his appearance, but he's also like what
Phantom
Stranger as well.
The demon.
And so he apparently his whole shtick is he is paying his way to get like for his soul from hell or whatever, so he can get back in.
That literally is the demon Etrigan.
I like that he like sticks his finger in blood though.
And so he gets like flashes of what happened, but he can't tell who it was.
Yeah. And in the comic, what's funny about how Omni-Man does it? Omni-Man, you know how this time he kind of gets his ass kicked and then he just faints and he's like, oh, someone attacked. I don't know who did it. In the comic, Omni-Man just wasn't there.
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, he called him there and then he just killed them all in like 5 seconds.
He got real beat up. The Flash, like he was squeezing the Flash dude's head, and the dude is repeatedly Flash punching him until his hands are broken.
Yeah.
And his like suit breaks.
The Omni-Man didn't get hurt at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
In the comic, he didn't get beat up at all, and then he was still able to go back to another place where, you know, that dragon they mentioned, the dragon in Japan.
Yeah.
There's in the comic, you actually see him fighting that dragon and stuff. So you're thinking like, oh, cool. And also when he goes to that Flaxen planet, you don't actually know what happens.
Oh, really?
On the Flaxen planet until way later in the comic.
But you just saw him go full genocide.
Yeah, in this it actually shows it, but in the
he literally the Flaxens are from a different dimension. They open up these portals to invade Earth. You see him holding up like a moon or something, and there's Flaxen scientists down there. And he's like, "You better open a portal for me home." Like, we'll do it. And then when they open it, he drops a moon on them and goes home.
And he's there for I think 5 years is how long he's actually stuck there, and he knocks them back, I think, generations or something. So like they can't build back up to come back. So like he legitimately obliterates the planet. And
he destroyed their entire civilization.
Yeah. Like knocked them back centuries. So that
that's why I was asking you about how many seasons you think there'll be, because like it seems like the comic was more of a slow burn, and this they're just kind of giving you everything at once. Like they're starting out the first episode, Omni-Man is evil.
Yeah.
So
with that hook, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like
it needs the hook.
Gonna go for like maybe 3.
Yeah.
Nah, more than that.
Yeah.
More than that.
You think?
Oh yeah. There's so many arcs in Invincible. It's like Dragon Ball.
I mean, yeah.
There's always gonna be a big bad. And there's so many I could name right now, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of them where I'm like, do you want to waste a season on Angstorm Levy? Which I don't even know who that is. But Angstorm Levy, like, you'll know him
this
if
has
you
the
have read the
opposite
comics.
problem
If
that-
you have read the comics, you know who Angstorm Levy is. I love Angstorm Levy. I don't know if he deserves.
This
it all
has the
season.
opposite problem the Dragon Ball Z anime had with the filler arc. So it's like, do you want to see Gohan and Krillin fight Garlic Jr.?
And they might do cool stuff with Angstorm Levy
Yeah,
because Angstorm Levy is a guy who opens he can teleport people to different dimensions. So you see Mark Grayson in the Batman, in the Batman universe. You see Mark Grayson in Marvel.
Oh, of course.
And they did a spin-off comic with Mark Grayson, Invincible, meeting Spider-Man. I have that comic.
That's cool.
It's a cool one because there's this awesome scene with Invincible and he's meeting all the characters and he's like, okay, so you're Iron Man, gotcha. Spider-Man, gotcha. Points at Luke Cage and he goes, Black Man.
Damn.
But it's this
I remember
awesome.
that.
Yeah, it's this awesome scene. But yeah, I loved that arc with Angstorm. But when you get to the later arcs, there's just way better villains.
So
Dinosaurs is another villain where I'm like, I don't really care for dinosaurs.
So back to another thing I really liked when Omni-Man, after killing the Guardians, he's injured and he's still like kind of recovering, and Cecil shows up. Okay, this guy's coming. You want to go beat him up for me? And Debbie's like, you just got back. You're wounded. You can't do it. He's like, okay. And Mark's like, I'll do it. He's like, hey, Mark will do it. He ain't that tough. Just go punch him a couple times, then throw him back where he came from.
And that's Alan. Right?
Yeah, it's Alan.
But then he actually talks to him and he's like, oh, well, I've been attacking the whole planet the whole time.
He's been going to Urus.
He's like, yeah, you guys paid for the program. You guys ever? He's like, yeah, I'm an evaluation agent.
The Coalition of Planets. Another thing that's big way later on.
Yeah, you paid with the membership here, and he pulls up the planet name and it says Uroth. Uroth. This is Earth. Earth. Yeah, Earth. Oh, damn it! I'm gonna get fired for this. Well, thanks for everything. Yeah. Sorry about the.
Alan plays a huge role in the entire series too. So Alan's going to keep coming back. They're doing a live action Invincible, or at least they were supposed to. And I want The Rock as Alan.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, the Coalition, I assume, realizes that Omni-Man has gone rogue, and Alan's like, "Don't worry, I'm here."
They'll pay it off immediately.
Is that the battery?
Yeah, they'll pay it off. I mean, we can end here soon, anyways. We're basically covering everything. But as far as other things in the series that I mean, I liked the changes. I like the Mauler twins. Did y'all like their dynamic of not knowing who's the original?
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And then what they I will just say,
I'll
just say that they constantly kill each other throughout the series, so it's fun. So you never know if. I don't think you ever actually find out who's the original. I think that's just their whole thing. But I like that. Did y'all like Robot pulling some strings at the end?
Yeah. That was cool.
Gotcha.
He was the one that broke him out of prison.
Yeah, and you'll find out why that is later as well.
I imagine it's to give his new Guardians a good showing.
A decent team.
Yeah.
His team's pretty good right now. He's got Monster Girl and Duplicate and Rex.
Yeah, but they don't want to work together at all.
No, not at all.
You got it.
Yay.
Black Samson is on the team too. He's cool.
Man, Rex is always like, you lost your powers.
He's cool, but he's kind of a jerk.
They're all kind of jerks.
Yeah.
In Invincible.
So, yeah, the new Guardians of the Globe is a asshole named Rex who, Tanner, if he was in Invincible.
I would use Rex.
Just because he has that sense of humor.
They changed a lot of people's ethnicity in this show, too.
And
so, Amber was a blonde, bimbo, pretty much. She was just a blonde girl. Her plot's the same. I mean, it's the same storyline of how she falls for him and everything. I think she gives him a note in the original. But yeah, that's still Mark's first girlfriend and everything. And then who else they changed? Rexplode. Rexplode was a white guy in the comic as well. So
now he's black.
Yeah, now he's a black guy. Which he's still voiced by, I forget who the actor is, but I love him too.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious. I like Rexplode. He's funny.
He's funny. That's why I thought that would be Tanner. Tanner would say this stuff.
I'd rather be Mark, but okay.
I love how there's one last thing. They have these tryouts for the next Guardians of the Globe, and a bunch of superheroes show up. and Mark doesn't want to do it because his dad never did it, so and he's trying to be like his dad. So even though Robot really wants him to, but you get this showing of how Eve and Mark kind of above all these superheroes because Eve doesn't want to do it since Rex was chosen, because Rex cheated on her with the clone woman.
Duplicate.
Duplicate,
The
yeah,
clone woman.
all three of them, and yes,
Did you say this isn't even the real one?
yeah. We're all the real one, she said. But Rex
That's
pisses.
the best excuse.
They choose Monster Girl, who's this little girl, and she can transform into like a big old goblin monster. And Rex
She's
is
not really a little girl.
no,
but
she's
she looks like
24 years old. Every time she transforms, she gets younger.
Yeah.
Apparently, like she de-ages.
Yep.
So Rex makes fun of her, and she starts going to town on Rex, and Rex can't do anything. None of his explosion stuff does anything. So she is just wailing on him, and that's when Invincible comes and actually breaks it up and like full on like doesn't mess up at all. Even though he punches her and she transforms. They're like, Invincible just punched that little girl.
Yeah.
And he's like,
That was
he goes,
hilarious.
oh shit, I am so sorry.
I thought that was
He's
hilarious.
like, yeah, it's fine.
Is there anything in the series that y'all didn't like? There's two things for me. I know
One,
you mentioned
yeah.
it. Go ahead and mention that one. 'cause
The
that was one of mine,
intros,
too.
whenever they're like, you really are, and then they
Invincible,
stop and they
yeah.
show the Invincible.
And then they splatter
thing
some
and
blood.
splatter some
I don't
blood.
like that.
It doesn't. I know they probably would have done that in comics, but it doesn't translate well to a show.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's-
what I was gonna say. Like they do.
I
that
thought
in
they were only
comics.
going to do it on the first episode, and then they kept doing it. And I was
kept
like,
doing
shit,
it.
that's the
Yeah.
intro. I was like, I was hoping for some
No.
anime intro because I think that would be really cool.
Tanner
But,
wants an anime intro with an anime Japanese song that he can listen to at
Yes.
the gym.
Use the soundtrack they're using. I mean, my God, if they're this good at music,
Pretty good.
I mean, if they're this good at music, give me that intro to show me all the characters and stuff. I'm good with that. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
The thing with Invincible, though, is you don't know how long those characters are going to last, so I guess that's a hard intro to do. But the other thing I didn't like
Guardians. Look at all them doing.
is you can tell the difference in animation, like with the fight scenes and the normal scenes.
There's some CGI in there.
Well, no, like there's some scenes where Mark's flying and you can tell they just moved his JPEG around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like.
Yeah, they moved his JPEG around. And there's one scene where he's talking and he's flying. It's in the first episode. He's flying, and I think it's the scene where he gets his name, actually. But he flies down, and he's hovering and he's talking. And it's the same thing. They're just moving his little JPEG.
Yeah.
So I don't know if all the animation budget went into, like, the fight scenes and the flying, which probably, because that's what we get most of. But, like, it
Yeah.
seems like they got really shoddy on animation for, like, the laid-back stuff.
Yeah.
So that's my only complaints. Riley, any complaints from your end?
Just that I did notice a few times when the flying was looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah. No, like, it's legit him like this with his back turned.
He's more like
and then it
this.
just
He flies
moves him
with his,
around.
They
he
literally,
flies with his
put
arm.
him in a circle. One
Yeah,
time.
Yeah. They legit
I
just did that, and then he sees something. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go to that.
And they'll say, "Oh, he's still learning. He's not as great."
Yeah, so there's stuff like that where I'm like, okay. I mean, but it's a TV show. It's a cartoon. It's doing its job. It's a good show. I would
Yeah.
watch it if I were you.
I'm gonna keep watching it
We're
because
all
we're
gonna-
all keep watching it,
Yes,
so we
we
can
will.
record more of these.
We will be back.
The animation's good. Like
Yeah.
it is like faithful to the source material.
Oh,
It
definitely.
looks like
It looks
Invincible.
exactly like it. They changed a couple people's costumes a little bit.
I don't feel like it's
They made Eve's less sexual. I will say that.
like
Oh.
I like the DC universe movies, the
Mhm.
animated movies, but like at the end of the day, I'd much rather read the comic.
Right.
I don't feel that way with this show. I feel like it looks like the comic. You
Yeah.
know?
I do too.
I don't feel like it's disconnected. in
No,
any way.
not at all.
Yeah, this is
If anything,
Like I
this makes
said.
me want to read the comic more.
Yeah,
So it's doing its job.
watching
yeah,
this
they're
is like I
doing
said.
what they were set out to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is just like reading 52 or Watchmen, but just you're watching it. That's basically what I
There
would
he
say.
goes.
That's that
comparing it to
comparison.
Watchmen.
Hey, Watchmen's really
That
good.
good.
It is. This is pretty good.
This is
so far.
Watchmen grade material.
Would you? I'm
Frank
saying
Miller's Invincible.
it's pretty damn good. It's pretty good so far.
We will be back with more episodes of Invincible. Catch us next week, sometime after the. Well, actually, Yeah, later this week. Later this week, after the initial airing of the episode, I don't know what we're getting in this episode. I haven't watched the trailer for the episode yet. I'm kind of keeping
There's a
myself
trailer?
blind. I think it's the little squid aliens, but I could be wrong. Can't remember what their names are. But I think it's those. But that didn't come till way later in Invincible, so what the fuck are they doing? I don't know. But enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun. If you're
Tanner
watching
fly.
Invincible,
Tanner
let
fly.
us know your thoughts on the show.
Tanner, go the other direction.
We
Match with
will,
us.
I can't. We will be watching every episode, so be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, watch us talk more Invincible in the future. If you want to see the boys as well, we might do a retro review of like each season or something for Wyatt. I don't know, but that could be happening. So if you enjoyed, maybe I'll buy the So Toys Hot Toys of the 1/6 boys. Even though the Homelander kind of looks iffy, but I heard they were fixing it, so that's good. The Billy looks amazing. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, guys. We'll see you next time.
Like and subscribe.